I started to create content for other people and they started to pay me money. So the money started to enter my eye. I realized I've been creating content on the internet for about 10 years. I created my YouTube channel in 2014, created my first blog in 2011 or 2012, and I want to talk about my journey as a content creator and what that has been like. Hi, my name is Damie Alabi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be reviewing my journey as a content creator, basically talking about the mistakes I made, because I've been creating content online for a long time, and people with this amount of experience or years of experience are now like big influencers. And there's Damie with 10 years online content creation experience and 1,000 followers on Instagram. Actually, I reduced my followers drastically because I realized that they were not interacting. When I first created my blog, I studied mass comm, so we had a course, online journalism. So my lecturer at the time told us to open a blog and take some pictures and put on the blog. And back then, internet was not as great as it is right now. Like then you have to go to the cyber cafe. Hey, Gen Zs cannot relate. You go to the cafe and then you pay 150 naira for 1 hour, 250 for 2 hours. It's not so bad, but what actually is bad about it is the fact that you will now sit down in front of the computer. Internet will now be doing like this. Internet will be doing like this. Like you could spend a whole hour and you will not load a page. So like I created my blog, my friends and I, we created our blogs. It was a WordPress blog. I didn't know the space of the internet was this big or could ever get this big. So we just created the blog, put the pictures on there and moved on. But later on I started reading blogs. Then there were a lot of fashion bloggers, lifestyle bloggers. A lot of us were still in school. A lot of us used to read each other's blogs and then we comment on our blogs and send backlinks. So it was like a really small community, and I started creating content as well. But I personally was just creating anything and everything. You know, if I felt like sharing a story of my first downfall experience, I put on the blog. If I felt like making a cooking post, put on the blog. So my blog was more of just anything and everything. Which now leads me to the first mistake I made: lack of having a niche. A lot of the big blogs that you know today or big websites, they have a niche. But for Damie at the time, Damie was just uploading as it did come. It was so nice. I created a community. So the first problem or the first mistake that I made, that I realized that people might be making as well, is not having a niche. Many times you just start creating content, you start creating content, you want to talk about this thing, you want to talk about that thing, and before you know it, your audience is confused. Even on my YouTube channel as well, the same mistake I made. One time I was doing chatty videos. I started my channel off with chatty videos. Later I wanted to make bags. I actually went into training to learn how to make bags. So I still make bags. Gele, I love Owambe, so I was doing a lot of Gele tutorials at some point. I was doing vlogs, like just all over the place. So like people don't know what exactly to do, identify me with, which is a huge problem. So when you are creating content and you don't necessarily have a niche, you confuse your audience. So that was the first mistake I made. Okay, I have a reason. The thing is, I am a multi-potentialite. Now, I didn't know that this was actually a thing until, say, 2019, 2020. Because I was really confused. Like, how is it possible that I cannot stick to one thing? You know, Yoruba will say, like, why can you not focus on one thing for 5 years? But then I realized that Damnola is actually a multi-potentialite. A multi-potentialite is someone that has multiple talents and potentials, and this allows you to pick up new habits or new hobbies every other day. So I can literally write 20 things. I've done it before. I sat down and I wrote 20 things that I can do, and these 20 things can bring me money. Being a multi-potentialite, you want to express that side of you online, but people now see you as someone that is unserious. But in actual sense, you're not unserious, you're just a multi-potentialite. Okay, the second mistake that I realized that I've made over the years is not having a set platform that I want to build my audience on. So I started blogging in 2012. I think I committed fully in like 2013. In 2014, I started my YouTube channel and I was doing chatty videos and I was gisting with everybody like, oh hi, this is Damie. I remember my very first YouTube video. I was coming back from Botanical Garden in Unilag. Like I said, internet was shit back then. So I went to Botanical Garden to use the internet. And I was on my way back and this random guy walks up to me and he's telling me some stupid pickup lines. I'm like, Ogbeni, what happened? You cannot even, it's not a toast babe with sense. What's this rubbish? So I got up to my hostel, Makama in Unilag, and I brought out my iPad and I was like, I want to talk about lame pickup lines that you guys use that were tired of. Yes, lines that we're tired of, and I uploaded it to YouTube, and that was my very first YouTube video. So I started to grow my audience on YouTube, but I left my blog, so I started to drag people onto YouTube. Now my audience will be like, okay, if you want your content, where should we come to? It can be very confusing. Like, if you want to be on Instagram, be on Instagram. If you want to be on YouTube, be on YouTube. Now I'm not saying that you cannot grow your audience across all platforms. It's possible, but if you notice, the biggest influencers, for instance, Instagram comedians like Mr. Macaroni, Taoma, Maraji, to mention a few, they built their audience first on Instagram with their short skits, and then when they started creating longer content, they drag them onto YouTube. Focusing on a platform, now people say focus on two. One long form content, one long form platform, and one short form platform. An example would be YouTube and Instagram, or YouTube and TikTok. I was just all over the place. After YouTube, a little, go to Instagram again, and then Facebook, and trying to navigate TikTok, which is a mistake that I made. And if there's anybody trying to be a content creator or trying to come on this space, any space actually, just pick a platform or two and really focus on building your audience on those platforms. Over time, they will follow you to wherever you want to go. For instance, Patricia Bright, Jackie Aino, they started, like YouTube. They started on YouTube, and then they've taken that audience across all their other platforms. Sisi Emi started with her blog. I used to use Sisi's blog every single day. She used to have the best stories, and they were like live stories. I remember one that she wrote about being in traffic, and the moment you turn on your indicator like this, they want to enter the road. And then she took that audience from her blog to her YouTube channel, where she's popping now, and you can now repurpose your content on other platforms. So that's one mistake that I realized I made. I did not have like a main platform for creating content. The next mistake I also made, which is related to not having a platform, trying to do too much at the same time. So I'm on my blog, I created a podcast with my friend, and I'm also trying to navigate YouTube, just spreading myself too thin, not giving myself room to grow, or not giving myself room to learn on each platform. So I think, I was spreading myself too thin, creating content on all the different platforms, and at a point I just shut down and I was like, they do again, Daddy. I give up already. So that's one major thing, like spreading myself too thin. Did you know that I actually ran a course in 2017? Was it? Yes, I had an auto gele course. Hey, it's me, Damola. I had an auto gele course in 2017, and I made good money. Spreading myself too thin. However, I find that I really, really, really enjoy creating content. Now, somebody's going to be like, okay, so in the past 10 years that you've been creating content, where is the content? This is another mistake that I made, which is the fourth mistake I want to talk about, is not documenting my content creation journey. So I was not just creating content for myself. When I say I've been creating content for 10 years, I started my blog in 2012. I started my YouTube channel in 2014, and I had a podcast with my friend in 2016. So in between all of that, I had a 9-to-5, not one, I had multiple 9-to-5 jobs. I was freelancing for people, creating content for people, creating content for small businesses, that's videos, pictures, setting up studios. That's one major mistake that I realized that I made. Like, how can I prove to you that I am skilled in this thing if I have not been documenting my journey, setting up studios for people, wiring gear, camera, lights, and the rest for people? You understand, like being a consultant generally, teaching company staff, like Damie would go and teach staff how to create content for their own social media platforms. So I realized that if I had been doing this, which also leads me to one of the books that I read called Show Your Work. So I realized that if I had been doing this, that would have also created a momentum, or I don't need to convince anybody that I am skilled. I don't need to convince anybody that I can create videos for you. I can create a podcast for you. I can set up podcasts for you. I can only wish. I even had websites I was writing for, some anonymously, when you have a ghostwriter, and some that my name is there as the author or the publisher. So I really wish that all through these years I was documenting my journey, or sharing with the world what I was doing, the projects I was working on. So that has gone. I have a few that I can still pinpoint that, oh, I created this, I created that. But imagine if I was doing it as I was going, it would have been a lot better. So now I'm going to be doing that more. I'm going to be, if I'm working, if I'm doing something, I'm going to be pushing my business, pushing my hustle, because you can only, like, only people around me know that Damie is skilled. Like, if you sit me down and ask me, Damie, I want to get a camera, what do you think I should buy? Damie will go in depth. Damie will ask you for your budget and go in depth. And I tell you, okay, buy from, I'll even send you contacts. Like, one thing about me is I root for people so much, I go all in. I remember recently a friend of mine was talking about buying a drone, that he had some money, he wanted to invest in buying a drone. He didn't know anything about it. Hey, I took it like my thesis. I went all in, explained, I told him that, don't worry, where do you stay? He said, this is where I stay. I said, don't worry, you can learn from this media house, you can learn from that media. Like, that is me. If you know me one-on-one, you know that I will root for you. I'll go all out. If I'm sending you a vendor, like I do for some of my friends, if I'm sending you a vendor, I can either go and get it for you, but sometimes I'm like, we'll go and buy it by yourself. And if I don't know anything about it, I come to you and tell you honestly, I have no idea about this thing. So like, imagine if I've been documenting all of that, you know that Damie is knowledgeable, Damie is skilled, and I just wish I had documented my journey more. Now, the fifth lesson the fifth mistake that I made was not being consistent. And this was largely because I started to create content for other people and they started to pay me money. So the money started to enter my eye. I was writing for websites, I was creating podcasts for people, and all of this combined together made me, and I was also working 9 to 5. If you work 9 to 5 in Lagos, you know that is a struggle. If you know anybody that has a 9 to 5 job in Lagos and the person is a content creator, consistently uploading content, please like that person's post, subscribe, share, do anything to support that person, because the hustle is real. Like, when I first started working, I would go to work with face beats like this. Towards the end of that job, hey, I was just waking up and moving. Like, I wake up at 4 a.m, leave the house by 4:30 to get to work around 7, and then I get off work around 6 or 5, get in traffic for like another 4 hours, get home around 10. I would eat my dinner in the bus or before I leave the office, because by the time I'm getting home by 10, I don't want to be eating anymore. I sleep, and then we repeat the lifestyle. So like, if you are living in Lagos as a content creator, you know the struggle. For instance, right now I am running generator. I had to wake up early in the morning to go and buy petrol so I can run gen to create this content, because Kanipa, I'm using NEPA, they will take light. So those kind of things. I did a video, I think in 2018, on the struggles of being a YouTuber. Right now my gen is on, right? My neighbor's gen is on. That's why I have this microphone. If I were to be using my lapel mic, you would hear my neighbor's gen. When you want to create content, last one go and everything is looking like the whole country is against you, you just give up at some point. So I started creating content for people. Like I said, I was consulting for people, doing a lot of things for people, and they were paying me money. I remember I sat with my friend Arthur last year. He's a YouTuber here as well. Baba is at maybe like 60k subscribers now, and we're talking, and he was like, so why are you not creating content? I was like, oh, I'm creating content for others and they are paying. And how much do they pay you? And I said, is that how much they are paying? Is that money? And every other day he's always like, Damie, come back on the platform. So consistency was a major reason why I did not grow. Right, I come on any platform, 6 months I'm at it, then I disappear for like 3 months, I'm back again with another apology. Like, people cannot stay with you if you are not consistent. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am super grateful. What else do I want to say? I've forgotten that I used to do YouTube. Like this video if you enjoyed it, or if you found anything helpful. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and drop me a comment on, you know, the mistakes you've seen creators make on the online. Like, maybe your favorite creator, did they drop off the grid? Just let me know. Just say something in the comment section. It would be nice to hear from you. It's so strange ending a YouTube video because I haven't done this in a long time. Whew. Okay, bye.